Good morning, everybody. Hey, this is Bishop Joyce walking the Word of God with you on this very wonderful Tuesday. Well, John 6:9 tells us how the lad offered his very 5 loaves of barley, which is the bread, and the 2 fish. And then the disciples came along and said, well, hey, what is this going to do for us? We got all these people here. We got a crowd of people here. And so what is this going to do for us? But the word of the Lord tells us on today, the parable says, and when you have that very little, and Jesus said, don't worry about this very little that you can offer me, because I can multiply those very things. Do you not know that we serve a very big God? So on today, what do you have in your hands? What do you have in your very house? What do you have in your very ministry? What do you have in your very job place? What do you have in your workplace? What do you have in your hands that you can just give to God? And then you saying that it's a little, but don't underestimate the power of God, because we have a very big God that when you give your very little, that God can make it very much. So on today, you can very volunteer that you can offer your very little, and God can say, hey, I can work with that very little that you have, because I'm the very big God, can do very big things with your very little. So on today, you can volunteer that you can offer that very little that you have at the shelter during this very Christmas season, that you can say, I can work at that pantry, that you can work at the school, that you can work at the hospital, that you can do at the homeless shelter, that you can do so much more. Then we have there's nursing home that we can do, that rehab center. We can do all types of things that this very Christmas season that we can do, that very little that we can do. And it's so much thing that we can do in this very season that we can offer. Buy that little toy for those that single mother, that single dad, for that grandmother, that grandfather, that mother who's trying to raise those children. All these things, even that uncle, that aunt, all those things, that mother who feels so alone, all these things, that mother who's been working hard and trying to make it through the whole year, that person who's been going to dialysis, that mother who's just going back and forth, all these things that we've been doing, that very little that you can offer somebody, but God, He can make it big for you in your life. And so on today, do not offer that very little and you say, this is all I have. No, that is not all you have, because you have a big God can very offer great things for you in your life. I'm just so excited on today, y'all, because I realize that the very little that I have, we have a very big God that we can do a lot with our very little, when you can give it to that God, even for our very offering that we can have, that you saying, I don't even have a lot that I can give with my little small offering I have, but God can do very little with your very little, that because you just did it in a humble way. So on today, when you do it in a humble way, God, who we serve in a big way, can do great with your little. So go ahead, give to your God your little, and He can make it big in your life. This is Bishop Joyce walking in the Word of God. God bless.